That's what Laura's and I were up here dancing. Where's my dance partner? Where's Laura?
Here we go.
Dance
Where
partner.
all is peace and joy and love and the soul of never dies.
What am I supposed to dance?
Sure.
The roses bloom there for me. The soul of day never dies. I will spend eternity where the soul of man never dies. Dear friend, if there will be no sad farewell, there'll be no tears staining eyes. Where all is peace and joy and love and the soul of man.
Benjamin James was born in Newbury. He became interested at the age of 7 in weaving. He searched for a master weaver that he could be apprenticed for. John Stockbridge ended up to be that weaver. John Stockbridge decided shortly after that he would like to move to Hampton. He could use the Newbury market, and he was close to Portsmouth to sell his weaving goods. Benjamin decided to move with him. One of their main customers was Mr. Smith. John Smith was a person who was delegated by the king to give land grants within New England. He had a daughter, Susanna, and Benjamin fell in love with Susanna and married her in 1702. In 1702, they built a small shed and started farming on the property. Some of the irrigation system that they put in to satisfy the apple orchards and the pear tree orchards can still be seen today. They wave. The ground waves, and at the top of the wave they planted the trees, and then they let the roots go down into the troughs where the water collected, and that's how they irrigated their land. In 1705, they built a one-story structure that they could raise their family in, and in 1723, they built the James House. Later on, a couple of years later, they moved the 1705 building over to the main house and operated it as a shed. And then 40, 50 years later, they actually connected the single-story house to the main house. The James House has a great deal to offer to anyone that is visiting the historic site. You have a house tour. You will also receive a tour of the property and be able to see a 1700s irrigation system that is still present on the property today. You can also see where the wells were, where the grapevines and some of the crops were planted. We know where those were planted because we did some subsurface surveys, and it showed us where those items actually were back in, all the way back to the 1700s. You'll be able to play with some of the games that they did at those times. They were very simple games. They were games that some of you are familiar with, horseshoes, and croquet and marbles and bowling, table bowling. And you'll be able to also see artifacts that were collected during the subsurface survey and during archaeological digs about the property. You'll also have an opportunity to use some of the historic tools. We have a full array of salt marsh hay tools that you'll be able to use. Life Past Lived is a series of plays that we give that are based on historic happenings in the James family, are describing the James house, or that show the economic and social influences between 1702 and 1941. You'll see people in period dress doing enactments, showing you what it was like to live on the farm, what it was like as a child to go out and have to collect the eggs from the chickens and rake up the manure and cut the wood. So there's a whole range of things that you can learn through Life Past Lived. The mission of the James House is to provide free education to the public through the schools, through special events at the James House, and through the Life Past Lived program, which is a traveling program that goes from one school to another school to one organization other than the James House, at the location of the other organization. They also give, as Life Past Lived, some of the programs at the 1723 James House site. Told you a lot, and it takes a lot to end up being able to provide free education. Takes a lot of money, takes a lot of effort, takes a lot of volunteers. Lots of volunteers who provide what is needed as far as work around the property, clearing the property, keeping the house clean, giving house tours. We even have programs through UNH College, University of New Hampshire, sorry. And the big thing is the cost and renovation of the house itself. It is still a $250,000 project. We still have to put siding on the house and restore the windows. We still have to put a back staircase into the house. That would be a replacement of what was there. We still have to do some plastering of the walls, and we're looking for people to help with historic research, people that will help look at the wallpaper and do a historic research study on the wallpaper, people that are interested in grant research. And then to fund all of this, we are dependent upon membership and dues from the public. Annually, we have a very special event. It's called the Apple Pear Blueberry Cook-Off. It's held in October, and people will bake 2 of every item that they are presenting. They have to, if they're going to be in the competition, provide something that is made out of apple, pear, blueberries, or a combination of the 3. Professional judges are there to judge the items, and after the judging, the public, you, are invited to taste each item and to vote on them yourself for the people's choice.
Goes to Keith Lessard, number 9.
Awards are given for first, second, and third prize in 4 different classes of pies and muffins and different types of breads.
This is kind of coerced into this by Mary.
Desserts.
Thank you, Mary.
Come on, bake something yourself and join us in October.
And Loris made that apple pie from the
Pear pie.
I'm sorry, pear pie from the pears that were on that pear tree right over there. So, and her husband just walked in.
Oh my gosh, this is like
The first place for desserts goes to number 5 item, stuffed pears, made by Marguerite Kanish. All right, congratulations, and thank you for coming in costume.
Maybe I want a minute. Thank you.
a bigger one, a better one.